My name is Liat Nadai Arad. I'm the Chief Technology Officer in Ichilov Medical Center, the Tel Aviv Medical Center, one of the biggest medical centers in Israel, 1,500 beds and 3,600 nurses and doctors. Until 2 years ago, I served in the Israeli army. I was, in my last position, the commander of Israel's, perhaps the world's, best cyber unit in 8200 as a colonel. And that means that since October 7th, I spend part of my time doing innovation in Tel Aviv Sourasky Medical Center, a bigger part of my time doing my duty as a reserves officer. I get to see our country, the military, intelligence in its darkest times. But I get to see what I think we're all celebrating here, and that's the Israeli spirit, innovation, thinking out of the box, believing that everything is possible, teamwork, what we call doing things together for the cause, and that's what gives me hope, and I want to thank everybody for being here today. What I want to show you in the next few minutes relates to what Neely said about ecosystems. So I'm not a startup. I work for a public hospital. But I think what Neely referred to as a small ecosystem is part of what is going to allow these great founders and CEOs to flourish, and that's a bit of my presentation. So when I joined healthcare only a year ago, I knew a lot about data, a bit about health. I understood two important things. This is, the investors in the crowd and probably sees pictures like these. This is the hope and the future of healthcare, promising Gen AI and AI solutions at the tips of the fingers of every doctor. This is the picture of Tel Aviv Medical Center. We're quite advanced, but it's a very different picture. And I want to point out the amount of devices that enable data consumption. And the thing is that what we saw here today with startups, they will give amazing solutions to very specific problems which have a general solution. That's what the industry does. But when you ask yourself about workflow, about integrations, and about decision-making processes in the hospitals, the transition to the nice picture we saw before is much, much slower. So at the end of the day, in any hospital that you go to today, patient and doctor, what is the diagnosis is usually decided between the specific patient, the 2 or 3 lab results, the specific doctor and his knowledge, and the vast amounts of data that exist are not going into that decision-making process. That's the first understanding of what we should do from within. The second thing is that there's a lot of talk about digitization. Most of digitization is based on the patient side, which is good for us patients, so we can, set our appointments from our cellulars. We can share our data or move it from place to place. This is the big problem of health tech, or healthcare, sorry. The burden on doctors, the amounts of data that they need to cope with today, is not given good enough solutions. By the way, the big problem of amounts of doctors and doctor time as to patient needs is only getting worse because we're getting older, our lifespan is longer, we're not that healthy in that part of our lives. So what's the problem? What's the solution, sorry? I don't think, we're talking about AI replacing doctors. I think that anything that can be replaced by AI should be replaced by AI. However, I believe that we'll be wanting human doctors for a very long time, and our job is to enable these human being doctors to be able to use all these great technologies to give better care. So this is the mission statement that I built for my team. We're producing AI solutions that can be integrated into the workflow of the public hospitals, doing that through what I will show in a moment as a strategy and through connections and networks. How? So 4 parts of our strategy. The first, of course, is people. I was asked when I joined Ichilov a year ago what will be the first thing that I will be proud of, and I'm proud to say today that we have almost 30 people of the brightest and best minds in data. So it's very easy for a hospital to invest in good cardiologists, that's great, but if you want to change the way we do data, you need software engineers, you need data architects, and by the way, and I think this relates to October 7th, some of these people left amazing startups and came and joined us because they believe in the vision, and they ask themselves what it is they want to be doing in the next few years. So we have, past R&D VPs from very successful startups, which are today my software people. The second thing is the platform. Boasting about huge amounts of data is nice. Is that data usable? Can we really do what we want with it? When you lift the hood on most of the big hospitals who are saying yes, my answer is no. Can you really take EHR data? It's great to have that available, but can you connect it with imaging data? Can you connect it with other sorts of data which are multimodal? The answer in most places is no. So what we are building together with AWS, which is a strategic partner, is taking all of Tel Aviv Medical Center's data, putting it through a very sophisticated pipeline. That's what my great team is doing. Bringing it up to the cloud. Yes, you can put data in the cloud. I know cybersecurity. Enabling the connection with other hospitals. And then building applications. And I want to stress one of our first KPIs for this year, because I think it has to do with next October. Startups that need to work with hospitals, Israeli hospitals and other hospitals, have a very hard time because hospitals think they can make money off the backs of these startups. So by the end of 2024, and this is my pledge, we're going to have a sandbox for startups. Israeli startups will be able to use Tel Aviv Medical Center data to build and check their algorithms without paying for them. And we're partnering with a huge American hospital and a European hospital, because the truth is that they don't really want our data. They want European and American data, because this is where they are really going to strive. So that's in our objectives for this year. On top of the platform, I'm running fast. On top of the platform, we do AI. I haven't said AI until now. You have to say AI when you go and talk about the future. But yes, we are making AI-based decision support systems. My advantage is that I'm within the hospital, and once we have an idea, we work with the physicians and we work within the ward. So this specific AI decision support system, which detects and prevents deterioration in internal wards, was based on 80,000 cases in the past, but is now integrated into all of the internal wards in the Tel Aviv Medical Center in order to do the next validation of the model. And will be implemented in our wards by the end of this year, hopefully around November. And the last thing, so I've already checked the AI word. The real truth is that there's a lot of impact to be made with data without AI. When you give the physicians the answers to their problems or to their questions, sometimes it's only about organizing the data, making it time-related, cleaning it up, and then giving it to them in the right format. And this is the last part of our strategy. I want to end with this picture. Yes, we are reaching for the moon, but I think the most important part of this picture is the ladder and the person standing on it. Healthcare will transform, but if we don't give the key people in healthcare, that's the physicians, if we don't show them the way up, if we don't give them the steps of the ladder, I don't believe that first picture will happen soon enough, and that's what we're bound to do. Thank you for your time.